Hello there. I'm not sure if this is working. Let's see. Let's see if it does. I don't think it does. Does it work? Is my live working? I'm not used to doing lives. I don't see any chat on the screen, so I cannot confirm. Anyone can say something. I don't know if there is anybody there. I see number 4 of attendees. I'm not sure what this, if this is correct. 17 now, but I don't see any chat. Hello? Anybody can say something? Are you saying? I don't know. Oh my gosh. One second, please. Oh yeah. Hi. Hello there. Hello from Ireland. Hello Gosia. Hello. Okay, so it's working. I'm not gonna take much of your time. I don't know how long this battery will last. We have -15 here. This is a spontaneous live, but I want to mention some important points from the last video that I made. A message to the Starseeds. Okay, so let's go first. Also, sorry, I don't have my normal phone holder, which makes the viewing a bit more smoother. It's like a stick. I didn't have it charged, so I'm holding the phone in my hand. Now, what you see here in front of me, this is actually water. It's sea, but it's frozen, and people are walking, as you can see. I'm not sure if you can see. People are walking. Let me flip here. I want to show you. People are walking on top of the sea with their dogs, even biking. This is all frozen. However, skiing, as you can see. But I am not gonna do that because, as some of you might know, first time when I arrived to Finland, it actually broke. The ice broke and I fell. I was very close to the shore, so nothing happened, but I fell all the way to my waist and I had to get out somehow. But anyway, I guess it was my mistake. I kind of went in the area where maybe the ice was thinner. I don't know, but there were also dogs and people around me, so I'm not gonna do that. Especially, I'm not gonna do that with my dog. You know, why a risk? But as you can see, it doesn't seem to be a big risk. There are people everywhere. This guy is going skiing. Anyway, we're gonna go up now, and I just want to mention a few points. So, first of all, thank you very much for watching the videos, for watching the last video. Oh yeah, I'm on top of water here. Now, as you might remember, let's talk about a little bit about that starseeds and humanity, stellar humanity, and separation, and how we are viewing ourselves as separate from what's cosmic, from what's stellar, and that's why we fall into these tendencies of hyper idealization of the extraterrestrial beings, and why I believe it is such a mistake. And of course you know that already, but it just hit me so clearly. If you remember the video, it was a conversation with Yaski. I shared that a few years ago, and I'm gonna go slowly now because it's up and I'm gonna lose my breath. I don't have much condition. So if you remember in that video, one of the videos, I do not remember the title now, Yaski was talking about how when the Tiamat War happened and the flooding and, you know, rocks flying across the sky and change of the axis and all that, the rotation, well, this was very traumatizing, and this was very traumatizing for the survivors. And I'm not gonna now say everything that was mentioned in that video, but Yaski basically said one of the ways that the Federation applied to heal the trauma of the remaining population was to impose certain realities, certain beliefs, certain ideas to make them forget. Make them forget, so this way they can heal from that trauma. Imposing of the 3D matrix and all that, which at that time it wasn't meant to be the matrix as a system of control. It was just a way to make people forget. So one of the reasons actually the bands were installed was also, it wasn't just one reason, it was many. It was also so people can continue in the environment not remembering much. It was their way, the Federation, and everybody who is in the Federation, Arcturians, Syrians, Pleiadians, they were all participating. And Yaski explained that in the video. She admitted that. They contributed to that, to separating of the remaining humans, so there can be that healing, so they can forget, so they can process somehow. I think I missed my path. It's okay. Let's go here. And the idea was that the Federation was supposed to return, and it was supposed to be returned to the humans. The stellar knowledge and stellar identity was supposed to be returned to humans, actually by the Druids. The Druids were the keepers of that knowledge, of that stellar information, stellar identity, cosmic knowledge, and they were supposed to return that to the people once that trauma was healed, once they were healed. And of course the plan didn't work out. Hello, Erik, thank you very much. The plan did not work out. The Cabal took over, the Rome took over, the Druid information and Bardic information was destroyed, and the condition of the humans forgetting their cosmic roots was taken advantage of by that Cabal, by the reptilians, who were starting to use that population for their own purposes. There's of course much more to the story, but yes, he at least admitted, I wonder what other extraterrestrial races are admitting their mistakes, because in a way it was a mistake, sort of, as Yaski explained. And that separation has been instilled in us since that time. That separation from our cosmic identities, and that's why we fell into this us versus them. And the Cabal and the controllers took advantage of that, and they guided that still unconscious memory, because we still had unconscious memory, there is something else, there is something more. But they guided that feeling, that intuitive, instinctual feeling, towards religions, towards other authority figures, something always on the outside, not us ourselves. And one second, let me just regather my position here. I'm going to show you a little bit here. My fingers are super cold. So now, as I explained in the video, as we are incarnating as humans, we are downloading that old ancient schism from the human unconscious into ourselves, and we are, instead of fulfilling totally our role of us upgrading now the collective of the humanity into the stellar status, many of us are still perpetuating that separation. Because, why am I saying this? Because I see how hyper idealized the extraterrestrials are. You know, in many groups, when I'm watching those Facebook groups, for example, I don't know, Galactic Federation of Light or Commands, Ashtar Warriors, how it pisses me off so much. How they, my cheeks are so red, how they put so much adoration on those people. And the fact is, like I said in the video, it's so important. That is perpetuating the old patterns of that schism. And that's what is being taken advantage of by the cabal, by the CIA, who runs through the New Age movements. And they are feeding and giving more fire to that separation, you know, by creating these, wow, figures from outside that we are almost worshipping sometimes in many of the New Age circles. And in that, we are failing our mission, because our mission, I believe, one of course, everybody will also have their own individual one, is to reprogram the human collective, engineer even genetically us back to our old status, how we were before, how we are. And this is genetic engineering. Why? Because it is done by reprogramming our minds. And whatever we throw into our minds reprograms our genetics. That's why whatever we feed ourselves, and the thoughts that we feed ourselves with, and convictions, like in this case, I am a stellar being, I have arrived, that actually reaches my genetics. Sorry, I have to walk like this because I am walking. That reactivates our genetics, and that brings us back to our status. And that's why it's important not to see this as, wow, thank you, Ashtar, oh my God, I adore you so much. No, thank me. First, thank yourself, be proud of yourself, and acknowledge who you are. Because as you acknowledge and allow yourself to acknowledge who you are, that's what emerges. That's what you allow to emerge from yourself. 1 second, please. Pause. Because I have to clean myself. My nose is running. 1 second. Okay, I just see people here walking. I don't know if I'm still there. Can you confirm, please? I'm gonna sit here for a moment. So, can you confirm, please, that I'm still there? We love you here in Poland. Thank you very much. I don't know if I'm still there transmitting. Please say something, because the chat is stuck. Oh yes, you're coming through. Okay, thank you very much. So, that's why, and I know it's very obvious to you maybe what I'm saying, but what I'm saying is that us acknowledging fully who we are, and that can be done just mentally, just to yourself. I don't mean going out there and saying, wow, I have arrived, I am an extraterrestrial. Some people do. Dale Harder, for example, and many others do say that openly, and that's okay too, but it doesn't have to be done that way. What I'm talking about is mainly doing it to yourself, acknowledging that fully to yourself, embracing that within yourself, integrating your humanity as well, because this is another important point. I'm not saying this that we are now separating ourselves from the humans, like we are more than that. No. The humans are us extraterrestrials. This is all connected. We are all one. We are all stellar humans. We are just returning to the original default of our being. that is just forgotten. That's what it is. Embracing that ancient code within us, and that's where it emerges. You don't even have to remember the details like I don't. But I'm saying just by allowing that acceptance within yourself, that's when you allow more of you to emerge. More of you will emerge naturally. You will start remember more. Maybe you will get some flashes, some insights, because quantically you are saying to yourself, I have arrived. I am a stellar being. There is no separation. There is no us versus them. This is so important, because then this is how we are rewiring and upgrading back this humanity to its original status. And this rewires also the humanity genetically, like I said, because there is this war over, who is this new humanity going to belong to? New, I mean, all the way back to the past, when the beginning of the Matrix began and all that. So all the negative races, the reptilians and all that, the controllers, they started to want to claim that new emerging race as theirs, right? They tried different genetic manipulations, mental manipulations, and now we are saying no. We are doing our own genetic manipulation by introducing ourselves, our mental stock into the human cycle by us incarnating as starseeds, and that, like I'm saying, rewires back to the original status. But we have to do that by acknowledging first who we are, because if we fall into that separation again, then it's not going to work. We're just going to get some hints. Oh, I know I am from somewhere, but I'm still in that adoration status. And that adoration status, unfortunately, has been also perpetuated by many extraterrestrial races in the past, because, as we were told, many of them in the past, like in the Egyptian times, for example, they kind of enjoyed that status. Many of them were kind of enjoying that, wow, we are bringing the technology and all this, and they are treating us as superiors. And, they have ego as well. They have power struggles as well, many extraterrestrials. So, unfortunately, some of that separation was also kind of perpetuated by some of those ET races, but well, that's the past. Am I still there? So now, very important, like I said, it's not a separation from human side, from humanity. I do not feel myself as a superior to human in any way. That's not the point. I feel myself totally integrated within myself, Karolosha, and I am both. This is a stellar humanity that we are representing. So it's not about separating yourself now from the surrounding. It's seeing yourself as a superior. Okay, now the next point I wanted to mention. Okay, yes. A few days ago, actually a few weeks ago, I had an interesting experience. I'm in the North Pole, Charlie. Yes, almost. And this is a frozen sea, part of the sea, and people are walking there, riding their bicycles. A few weeks ago, I had an interesting experience during my meditation, and that's also connected to the subject that I'm speaking about. I suddenly saw myself, or I felt myself, in another me kind of a scenario. I was actually, in my vision, meditating on the top of the hill, on top of the beautiful green hill with trees. It was summer, and I was wearing a green dress. If you go to the Facebook, I actually have that scene on my Facebook banner. I generated that because that's what I saw myself. I saw myself this way in my meditation, and I was wearing this green dress, and I even saw a collar I was wearing, and I totally felt like that was me, and it felt so real. But why am I saying this? So we all have meditation experiences, so I don't want to bore you with that. Why am I saying this? Because in that moment, if you are interested in gathering quantic insights from yourself, from your higher self, memories, activating memories and insights, one of the exercises that you can do is to try to vision yourself, imagine, because imagination is not just imagination, it's capturing insights from your other selves, as somewhere else, like myself in that hill, wearing something else, and try to feel what you are feeling in that moment, because what you are doing in that moment, you are actually transferring your point of attention to that other self, and that could be your past self, your parallel self, self from another life, self from another dimension, and try to feel and think thoughts and what is it that you are feeling in that moment, and you are actually transferring, capturing, like I'm saying, your point of attention to that other self, because your soul is not really limited to just this one avatar. Your soul, your consciousness is multi everything, and it is in the field, it is in the ether. So if you want to gather these other etheric quantic thoughts and ideas from your other selves, well, visualize yourself. Try to capture what it is that I see myself as. Maybe I'm on a mountain, maybe I'm on a desert, maybe I'm sitting under the tree. It will be for a reason why that scene was given. And then you are literally quantically transferring yourself to that self and capturing insights, memories, thoughts, revelations from that moment, and write it down or record yourself or try to remember. So this could be a way of pulling and activating also memories and insights from your other stellar or past life you. So if you want to practice that. Now, just to finish off very, very fast, I want to look at your happy February. Thank you for your work, passion. Yes, thanks very much. Now, going back to the subject of why this is so important to acknowledge who we are, without, like I'm saying, rejecting our present experience, integration, because we are all. I actually, like I sometimes take quotes. Like, for example, last time I took a quote from Dorkalel and I posted that. Well, I'm done posting quotes just from them. I think it's equally important, sometimes even more, to acknowledge the wisdom and the knowledge and insights from ourselves and frame that as a quote as well. So I'm done just quoting what they said, which is something I will continue doing, of course, if I find an interesting quote. But if I ever see anything wise, inspiring, important, insightful from you, so watch out, because I am out there watching sometimes, I will be sharing that as well. So, for example, I see Priya now on the screen. I'm going to frame her quote, share it on a social media and say, Priya, because we are equally relevant, if not more. So including ourselves in this is super important. What do you think about this idea? So like I'm saying, sorry, there's a person walking. Be careful what you say out there, because I'm going to be capturing your insights and your quotes and sharing that on the social media, okay? Why are you hiding the aliens? Christ consciousness. Okay. So I don't think I have much more to say. I just wanted to mention these few points, and also saying hi from this Winterland. Let me just show you around here a little bit more. Maybe we'll continue walking a little bit. This is actually unusual, by the way, what you're seeing. And I'm referring to the sun. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen the sun for a month. And I'm not exaggerating. I have not seen the sun for a month. It was always gray and clouded. So this is the first time. This is also Sunday. That's why you are seeing more people. Normally it's much less. Also, this winter is quite beautiful, I must say, because last year it was very gray and icy and dirty and miserable. And this this year, it's actually quite white. As you can see, the snow is clean. It's white. So I'm feeling much better this year than the last year. The day is actually getting longer now. It gets dark around 4:30, not at 3 or 2:30. People are enjoying their walk. So anyway, this is, well, yeah, I think I'm gonna go this way. This is it, more or less, what I wanted to share, what I wanted to share, yes, compartir in Spanish. I don't know anything about the 12-base math, I'm sorry. We shared everything we had on the subject. I don't think I have any more. Yes, enough warm clothes and it's perfect for a little afternoon walk. Is that true? I'm actually not afraid of cold at all. You know, you're just wearing warm clothes, jackets, all kinds of scarves and warm gloves, and you're fine. Actually, it's minus 15 right now, or minus 18 even. The problem is my dog, Bongo, because she starts to pick up her paws and she can't walk much. Anyway, let's see what else we have. Thank you very much, Huzar from Poland. Rosy cheeks, yes. Sorry, I'm a bit, yes. My nose is getting runny. Beautiful scene. I don't know what the ummos are. That's the question again. I don't know. There. Nice view. Okay. This is actually about 10 minutes from my house. Minus 15. Yes. Yes, your face gets very red very fast in this type of environment. I love the desert. I love the desert too, Charlie. So, actually on my private channel, which I also have, My Odyssey, where I publish personal videos, next videos are going to be from the desert in Canary Islands, where I went last year. And I was staying in a tent. It's like a tent Airbnb. It was my tent, so that's going to be interesting. Interesting session of videos. Okay, well, I said everything I had to say. Pennsylvania in the house. I lived in Pennsylvania, in Pittsburgh, for a few years. Yes. Yeah. Okay, guys. So I have arrived. Have you? And remember, I'm going to be sharing now your quotes, because you matter, my friends, as my stellar brother and sisters. You are my stellar brother and sisters. You. And so am I to myself. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of you. We should all be proud of each other. Thanks, guys. I'm going to finish this right now. And tomorrow I want to do this in Spanish, if you speak Spanish. Bye-bye. Bye. Back to Sydney, Australia. And all the other countries of the world. Thank you. Bye-bye, guys. I don't know where the camera is. I guess it's there. Yes. Bye, everybody.